I'm afraid, chaps, we missed a lot of this game. It seemed to happen very quickly, and when we glanced back, we had a result. So you're going to have to take us through a few moves. Shall we? It's a long game, so we'll go through a few of the critical moments anyway. So it was a Scotch, and we reached. Well, let's start from this position because we were looking at this, and after Bishop B2, David, we rather liked your position actually. Two beautiful bishops, potentially screaming across the board. You're pretty happy.
Yeah, I think the critical moment was around here, or maybe the next move, when I feel that maybe I could have done something immediately rather than sitting on the position.
F4, for example.
Yeah. Well, we were concentrating on F4, it has to be said. I'm afraid it's a terribly English way of playing the position. Lunging. Luke.
Certainly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think, Luke?
I think in general, I mean, certainly if anybody's better here, it's white. But I think black has quite a lot of resources. I mean, those bishops are pretty strong, but I do have, some quite. I mean, my pawns are quite good. And I've always got this idea of knight c6 to d4 or e5 to
blunt this one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so after f6 presumably.
Yeah. Well, this was my intention, but then David mentioned an interesting possibility here.
I was expecting f5. I thought f5
oh, really?
was probably the move.
Really?
I mean,
I'm afraid we looked at f5 and we simply sniffed and rejected it.
After looking a bit deeper, I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very hard for white to do something here. I was dreading some kind of f takes e4, d5, d4 idea.
Oh, right. Okay. So
maybe after.
Is there?
I wasn't sure I was looking queen h5.
To be honest, I mean, seriously, we really did just sniff and rejected it.
Yeah.
So okay, we need to look.
I mean, I thought the problem with f6 was that white could play f5
straight away. We're actually looking at queen h5, and we were having a lot of fun in this position.
Yeah, but I think black has a lot of. I think black has a lot of resources here.
Well, we were looking at queen e8, which is actually
exactly.
very ssharp, and actually even sometimes all hell was breaking loose. It certainly wasn't clear.
Yeah.
But okay, David, you thought f5, simply f5. Okay, so I'll come back here.
The idea is to play against this knight on e7.
Simply b5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the only way black can ever break out now is by playing d5, but then e5 is always going to come.
And then, well, one possibility is for black actually to play something like d4 in this position.
I was just thinking about that.
But then e6, bishop e8. The problem is that the bishop is still stuck on e8.
No, it's completely
so
dead.
I saved one minor piece and killed the other one.
No, I can understand why.
I can't assume this was huge for white.
Yeah. Okay, it looks dreadful actually.
So.
Okay. Yeah, if I'd known you'd have played f6.
Yeah, well, I would have certainly thought about it.
But what did you think about after f5, David? You rejected it.
Yeah, I mean, I was just spending too long. I thought I should play a safer move and sit on the position. But then, I mean, I just didn't find anything here. Maybe queen h5 or rook e1 or something. I mean, there's no obvious continuation for that. That's the problem. I mean, black can go queen d7 or f7 or something.
Right.
King h8 and stuff.
Okay.
But there are other possibilities as well. I mean, maybe black can, after b5.
Sorry, in this position?
No, after b5, instead of playing d5, maybe there's some way, because this is quite committal for white as well.
Yeah.
Maybe some calm move like queen c7 here.
I was going to do
queen g4 is natural, and then maybe king h8.
Queen g3.
Queen g3. Ah, that's a pin. Yeah, okay. That's irritating.
Wasn't d5, e5.
Yeah, but now I can play, for example, c4 here,
Bishop c2.
and then perhaps c3, or is that not really working?
Thinking I could take it or go bishop a3.
But then, okay, so no, that's probably true. I probably can't do that. But if I play, instead of c3, if I play something like queen c5 check,
Okay,
king h1, and now if I play d5 perhaps.
bishop a3.
Ah, okay, you got it all covered.
David, you did a lot of calculating.
Maybe too much. I always overthink things.
Okay, but f5. Okay, so this is the critical
maybe
position.
f5 is the best move. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, as you say, maybe can you just hold things for one move? Rook e1, queen e2, or something.
I was thinking, rook e1, maybe king h8.
how can we set something up? Okay, so that's critical. Okay, we better move on, but that's very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so rook e1 you played, more conservative, but sort of not so committal positioning.
I ended up regretting it a couple of moves later. So.
Okay, so f6, and this was the game continuation.
Okay, so b5 is quite an important moment because it's also a very ambitious move. I mean, there's a lot of variations where, you know, for example, I'm sort of threatening to exchange everything on b4 and play queen c5 and just kind of equalize. And you know, that's, I mean, I can play more ambitiously as well, but that's something kind of at least in the air. So b5 is really kind of saying that that there's going to be a fight, whatever happens.
Okay. And rook f.
I was expecting knight b3 actually, but
instead,
maybe I just take go a5.
I thought we probably did, yeah.
I wasn't sure whether knight would ever be better, but I wasn't sure. Well,
It's probably about equal, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's probably kind of balanced. I mean.
okay. So rook f. Let's crack on and get to the critical moments. There's still, I don't know. I'm probably terribly prejudiced about this, but I look at those bishops. I just think this looks like it could be fun.
Yeah, but I don't have any weaknesses. So I mean,
This is the only problem. I need to get this in very, very quickly.
Yeah, if you could do that, yeah, then yeah. But you see, I mean, this knight on a5, it looks like it's kind of not really doing anything, but it can come round to c4 and e5. And what's important is not just that it can block the diagonal, but it often kind of gains some tempi on the way. So it can be hitting like a rook on e3, or when it comes to c4, it's threatening knight a3 to exchange one of the bishops. So it comes round very quickly. Another idea is to play not here, but at some moment the knight into b3, coupled with c4, and then a4 starts to become loose, and then you know, then you really have to give mate on the king side, otherwise the white's queen side is falling apart.
That's a very tricky move, queen f7. I have to say we didn't have a chance to look at the game at all from round about this. Well, we haven't even seen these moves yet. But looking at queen f7, that's tactically kind of very tricky as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I did have an eye on David's clock. Yeah.
Oh right. Okay, so h3 played, h6, and rook e3. Bishop h7. Okay, so this bishop is matching this one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's
I
nice.
mean, one of the ideas here is to threaten d6, d5 in some positions. So I mean, I have to be careful because sometimes it doesn't work if white plays, for example, e5 and e takes f6 and kind of crashes through. But it's definitely an important idea.
Okay, let's crack on. So
I
rook
mean,
to
d5 here doesn't quite work, I think, because the bishop takes a5.
sorry, because a bishop takes a5.
And if rook takes, then I could go bishop b3 and everything's pinned.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So then c4, white plays
take-
bishop takes
yeah.
c4. Yeah.
And if b takes a5 instead of rook takes a5, I think white can,
Well,
go c3.
you just sniff at the move, David. That's all you need to do.
Well, it could be good if d4 and c4 comes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like rook c3 at the very least.
Okay, that's
Gets rid of one of the pawns and then
a good.
white's
Yeah,
that's
sure. Okay, so queen e7 takes.
Okay, this is the start of a very,
Okay, you
very
didn't-
mistaken.
Right. Okay, you definitely didn't need to do that. No.
I mean,
But once you do it,
play anything
But
else.
it's very tricky, actually. I didn't see exactly what you could do apart from taking it.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
I do have a
just
lot of.
shuffle
I mean,
or something.
for example, a natural move would be something like rook g3 to kind
Yeah.
of tee up
Then
for
maybe-
something.
yeah.
But then d5 I think can happen here. And you know, white's position is. I mean, if I
Finger on
get
the
d4 in, it's you know, black has a huge advantage. So.
Anything would have been better than bishop takes a5. I mean, even something like king h1, what's that doing? I mean, there's not much.
Oh, just waiting.
Yeah.
At the very least, I mean, I was probably going to play something like queen g3.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's see what happened in the game. So takes, and so we've got a.
So this, yeah, rook
forcing
d3 is a
sequence.
blunder.
Yeah, rook d3 is a horrible thing. Even now, if I just sit, I mean, black might have some claims to be better though, because his bishop's
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean,
aggressive. Yeah.
It's the sequences.
Yeah.
Faulty. Okay, so let's have a look. Takes here.
Yeah, I mean, I completely missed Quincy 4. I was expecting Quincy 7.
Okay.
57 points.
I see.
Okay, so you thought you were doing some nasty stuff on the back rank. Okay, so the point is the threat is rook takes bishop and rook d8 mate. So, but queen c4 you just overlooked.
Yeah, I mean.
Was this serious time pressure?
Yeah, I think we were both about a minute in, so then,
1 minute each with the clocks out of reach. There's a famous limerick.
Rook d5, queen takes d5.
Sorry, I missed that.
Someone suggested rook d5.
Okay, so g3.
Well, that's the problem here for white is, I mean, something like rook d7, black can play rook takes a4, black's mating white.
Yeah, so a natural move instead of g3. Yeah, rook d7, rook a4, and then bishop f7, rook a1 check, king h2, queen f4.
Queen f4. Yeah.
And this is just in time.
Yep. Okay. So therefore g3, but you took anyway.
The idea was that black couldn't really move its king side, but then
It's quite difficult for white to do anything.
Yeah, white can't do anything either. So I think Luke's idea was very strong.
f5.
I mean,
From a practical point of view, at least.
Okay, so
I mean, maybe I can take that.
yeah, but then maybe queen.
okay, so
Well,
you're
what
basically
if you do take
trying
it? Bishop e6 is quite a serious
I
thing.
thought queen c3 for some reason, but then I can go. Yeah.
explain yourself.
Well, there's always g5 in this position. Bishop e6 and then queen c3. So then white will probably play rook takes g8, king h7, rook d1 to threaten mate, and then rook
Rook
a7
a1.
or rook d4. Oh, rook a1.
Rook a1.
Yeah.
Trades.
So and black should probably win this endgame.
Yeah,
Well,
we got
it's probably.
pass pawn. But wait a second. If we can I just go back to that position?
Yeah.
Queen. So queen c3. Okay. No alternative
So
there.
after g5, can I go rook e7?
Rook e7.
Ugh.
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness.
30 seconds on the
There's
clock.
always rook a1 check actually. I did see this king h2 and then rook h1.
Oh, you've got rook h1.
But then
Oh.
king g2 might actually. King g2 here, queen f1.
Okay, so let's just go through this one. So if king takes, we've got queen check and takes on f2 and takes f5. But okay, instead king g2, and now we need
Now we need a miracle because queen f1, king f3, and
queen f3. The king's going for a wander.
there's always queen d1, but that's certainly not what I had in mind.
No, there was also queen d5 check as
Queen
well.
d5. Wow.
Also
Okay, this should fit.
not ideal, but black is in the game.
So this is rook e7.
Rook somewhere,
starts to become
rook.
dangerous. Rook,
Okay,
well, rook,
okay,
rook, yeah.
back in the game.
So rook e7. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this position after.
Just to interject, we have had a result. We've had quite an incredible game actually in Anand Nakamura, and Nakamura's actually won that game after looking like he was in real big trouble early on. So we're probably going to have them in a minute. So we've got to get prepared for that one.
Okay, well let's have a quick look at rook e7 because this is
Maybe
extraordinary.
something better than maybe I can play something better than g5.
Okay,
For
well,
example,
let's-
g6 is an option, and then
So bishop e6.
This
Okay.
is similar to. And
then queen c3. So g6 does the job. It looks like rook takes g8, king h7, and then this idea of swapping rooks again.
Yeah. Can we move the rook up?
Then I think king g7 should be fine. Shouldn't it?
Can we punt it, or is that just
I
too
think you
risky?
can, but I think you have to. But probably black should be safe.
Checky, king somewhere. Well, we'll play to
Maybe,
g2.
maybe queen c1. Maybe
Queen
that's
c1.
game over.
Yeah. Could,
You can always play king f3 and kind of hope for the best. But
okay. There's no immediate threat.
But
Is
yeah,
there for
exactly.
white?
So
it
black
should-
has all the winning chances.
must be
for
fine.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
And
also
it must be. Yes, rook a3 is
bishop. Oh, you take. Yeah, you take queen
Oh, yeah,
d1 check. Okay, so f5. Let's just see the end of the game. So rook e7, and now f4.
So bishop f7, just rook a1 check.
Bishop f7, rook f1 check. And if king here, you just take on g3 and crack the king open.
King takes g3.
Let's just see that one. King takes
And
g3.
always, I've got queen c3 check, king somewhere, and then then I can play probably queen f6.
Queen f6. Okay. No tricks.
Takes g8, king h7.
Yeah, well, if I play this one.
Queen e7.
No. Oh, sorry, the rook's on freeze. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
G8 and then back to e8. Really, I see.
Somewhere safe. Okay, must be winning. Yeah. Okay, so the game finished. Whoops. Here, and oh dear. Close stuff.
Exciting game.
Okay, but it's a fantastic game. Yeah. Well, thanks for entertaining us. No, it's absolutely brilliant game. Actually, very exciting, very entertaining.
It's one of those ones which kind of starts out quite quiet and looks very innocuous, but there's a lot of danger going on beneath the surface.
We've actually spent a fair bit of time looking at the game Anand Nakamura, and round about here, we were just saying, why does anyone bother playing the King's Indian? And then round about here, we were thinking, wow, how did that happen?
Yeah.
So you probably didn't see much of this, but it was an extraordinary turnaround, and hopefully we're going to get Hikaru in a moment to go through some of the critical moments in this game. But yeah, this was another remarkable game we had today. Anyway, I'll let you enjoy another glass of wine. Luke McShane and David Howell, thank you very much.